This is Drop Duchy by Sleepy Mill Studio and published by the Arcade Crew. It's available on Windows. Came out on 5th of May, so not too long ago. So yeah, I don't really know anything about Drop Duchy except lots of people have been playing it and apparently it's cool. I saw Gothic Lord UK was playing it and was having a good time, so I guess I'll go to start new run. Hopefully there's some kind of tutorial or something. Oh, okay, there we go. There is a tutorial. Recommended for newcomers. Play a quick introduction to learn the key mechanics of the game. Yeah, let's do it. I want to know how this works. Objective, your duchy is under attack. In Drop Duchy, you'll need to progress through the map in order to reach and defeat 3 mighty bosses. During each act, you'll collect resources, upgrade your deck, and prepare your strategy to overcome the region's boss. Okay. 3 mighty bosses. Okay. Collect resources, upgrade my deck. My defense. Pay attention to your defense. If it reaches 0, you lose. Okay, so this is like my health, basically. This is the run. We'll see later how you can lose and gain defense. To start your journey, select the first location. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Peaceful region. No enemies here. Focus on resources. Okay, that's kind. So it seems to be like 50% grassland and 50% forest or something like that. Gameplay basics. Each round, pieces will come in a random order and you'll have to place them on the grid. Okay. Buildings collect resources if you respect their activation rules, so try to gain as much as you can. When you complete a line, you trigger an exploration. So I think it's a little bit like Tetris in some way. When you complete a line, you trigger an exploration. Each train on this tile will grant you resources. If you complete several lines at once, you gain even more resources. Okay, so there's a multiplier. Here's a list of controls and actions. Okay, so, yeah, this is kind of what I'd expect the controls to be for Tetris. Although, wait, W and control? That's weird. Left, right, W and control. Shift down, sure. Fall now, reserve. Okay, so there's also a reserve slot as well. It does say you can customize them, so we could do that. So, okay. But there's no, it's not like falling like in Tetris. So I guess we want to end up with... let's just like try and complete a line and see what happens. So put that there, put that there. For some reason I thought that one was next. Oh, they do drop very slowly. Okay, we'll put that there. That was probably a bad idea. Let's just, okay, we're just playing it like Tetris. You go down there, so what happens? Wait, that was telling me something important. Okay, thank you. I think we just gained a load of resources. We gained 18 wood. And the house did something. Can I like hover over it? Does it tell me? Farm, range 1. Turn each plane in range into a field. Okay, I think I missed the tutorial about what a range is, but maybe it means like a connected area or something. Or in range. Oh no, I see there's like dots around it. Okay, so those. Each plane into a field. Okay, that's interesting. So if we were to put this down there, which I can't do it in a nice way. That's annoying. Well, so I don't think we're going to get the effect of the town. It's fine. Okay. I would like some long pieces at some point soon, please. I mean, I guess we could just like fill in and then clear a thing, or not. Where are the long pieces? We could also reserve. Okay, you go down there. Wood clearer. Turn each forest. Range 2, I see. Into a plane, so we can put that down there. But why? Oh, and you gain wood from them as well. How much wood would I gain from each? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a wood generate if a wood could generate wood? Oh gosh, the things would be falling. Oh, this is awkward. And the other one is like almost as awkward, but not as bad. Maybe we slot that in there and then try and make up for it later, or just put it here. Oh gosh, we're really filling up this grid. Let's put it there. Where are the eye shapes? They're just not here at all. Good job. Let's just leave it. Oh, I did not even mean to do that. Okay, now I'm messing up the controls. That I set for myself. Let's just leave a little gap there. It's fine. Play that thing. Cool. Oh, wait, it doesn't clear it? Okay, yeah, obviously it doesn't clear it. They're not cleared at the bottom. So I guess you just fill up the thing. Maybe trying to treat it as though it's Tetris is like a mistake. Okay, so like leaving all those gaps just meant that I couldn't use them. Okay, that's I'm learning. Swap to that. Okay. Well done. I don't think I did very well. Resources collected 8330. Exploration 5130. Wood clearer 32. Yeah, okay. I totally did not realize that it wasn't clearing the lines. So when I made this decision to leave holes, I was leaving holes forever then. Okay. Wood clearer 32. So this tells you how you got those resources. It breaks it down. All right. Round reward. After each round, you can select a new random card to add to your deck, choose strategically, and try to find powerful combos. Okay. Lumber Camp. Harvest 3 wood for each connected forest. Each card has rules explaining how they activate. Hover over the card to read the explanation on specific terms. In the upper right corner, you can see those cards are level 1. Their effects will get better if you upgrade them. Okay, cool. Harvest 3 wood for each connected forest. Okay, I think I can imagine what that means. It looks like it's too wide as well. What's the thing in the upper left mean? Like there's 150 grain. Do you have to have that much to be able to... Is that the cost of the card? Herborist. Range 2. Turn each plane in range into a forest and gain 2... Oh my gosh, this is the problem with strategy games. It's like, I don't know how useful any of that is right now. But okay, so that's what your range looks like. That's handy, a handy visual. When you complete a row, you explore it and gain resources for each natural terrain inside. Gain 10 grain when explored. If already explored, gain the difference directly. Each square counts as a field that gains 20 grain when explored. Okay, it's just more grain. How much grain do you get for a normal one? Oh, I see. Is that what that is? That's what that's explaining. Field, gain 10 grain when explored. Right, so it would normally be 10, and now it's 20. Got it. When you complete a row, you explore it again and gain resources for each natural terrain inside. But why is it saying that for this? I don't understand that. Like, where on this does it say exploration? Like, normally it's just explaining the things on the thing. It says production, exploited lands. I guess explore down here. When you complete a row, you explore it. Oh, okay, it's literally just that, okay. Oh, I think I read and gain as again. That's my problem there. Alright. I quite like the idea of the lumber camp because of it being to do with connected things. That's basically just stronger fields. That's stronger fields. That is convert things, basically get health back. I guess right now I don't really know why that matters to me, and it costs money as well. Let's go for the connected forest thing. That sounds interesting. It's impossible to know at the beginning of a strategy game what to do. Upgrade cards to figure out which resources you'll need to gather next. I assume you only upgrade cards for the duration of the run. Once you get back, it's like from scratch. This menu often. So basically, the special things that came down at some point were cards from my deck. Okay, it's weird the mixed metaphor of like they're cards in your deck, but they come down, they're tiles. Okay, sure. And I don't get to choose when they come down. Maybe that changes later. Okay, let's just go here. Get a random military building card. Okay. Military buildings give you troops to fight against the enemy. Pay attention to the unit type. Each type has strengths as well as weaknesses, depending on the type of units they're facing. Okay. So there's a bit of a rock, paper, scissors system going on here. So like arrows or missiles. Arrows defeat axes. Swords defeat arrows. Axes defeat swords. Hopefully it'll tell me that. It won't tell me that. It's okay. Sure. Recruit 3 archers for each connected forest piece. Do we go all in on the forest? Watchtower. Recruits 1 archer for each plane and 3 archers for each field in range. Okay, so there's plains and fields nearby. Holy moly. Rally points. Recruits 4 what should we call the axe people? Whatever, axe people. For each adjacent plane or field. So just immediately adjacent ones, but you get 4 for each. Plus 15 if adjacent to at least 6. How can you be adjacent to 6? Do you mean diagonally adjacent as well? Could do with an explainer for that. It must mean diagonally adjacent as well, right? I guess so. Okay. I have no idea what's a good pick here. So this only costs wood, and we did just get a card that only costs wood, but maybe we should get something else. I don't know. Let's get this one, a range-based one. Who knows if it'll be useful. Upcoming battle, enemies ahead. The upcoming regions have enemies, so prepare your military buildings, select the region with terrains that best suit your deck. Fight against the enemies now. Fight against the enemies now. 30%. What does that mean exactly? Like the percentage here? Is it like the pieces that are gonna fall? Like what percentage of them are what? I guess I should go for the one that's more foresty, I think? For my like connected to forest tiles, but then, oh okay, so interesting, you might want to specialize in a particular terrain type, maybe. Okay. Before each round, you'll need to select which buildings you'd like to use. Take time to observe the specifics of this location and maybe upgrade some of your cards accordingly. Terrains, here you can see the type of terrains. This will be randomly shuffled with the building cards. Okay. Enemy buildings, and here are the enemies. Take a moment to look at their activation effects. That will make things easier in the heat of the action. Activation effects. Which is what? Do I look at them afterwards, maybe? Set your buildings here. Watch out, you've got a limited number of slots and not all buildings work on all terrains. It's also a good idea to select military buildings that counter the enemy if possible. Okay. So these are my cards, basically. To make your life easier, you may spend your resources to unlock more slots for the rest of this run. I don't think I've got 30 grain, so I can't actually put anything there. But yeah, these are my cards. And you're suggesting I should put in a military thing here. Garrison 10? So like 10 power or whatever, I guess, maybe? Maybe? So each adjacent forest into a plain. It recruits 3 for each. Who places these? Do they place them, or do I place them? So they've got 20 enemies, basically. And I've got to defeat them all. And they are... I see, so your swords and your archers. And what did I get? I don't even remember. I got archers, which is not strong against either of them. It's only strong against the axes, I think. So... Is there a... Oh, it's over here. Yes, good. So what happens, like, is there a kind of, like, archers against archers, or is that particularly weak, or is that neutral? And what about... Oh, yeah, so swords against archers is strong, so basically pick archers. Okay, got it. Recruit 3 for each connected forest piece, so that also depends on forests. Oh, so I don't choose out of these, okay. Okay, I can just look at these. These are just happening. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Well, let's make sure we've got some people to fight. I guess we could swap out something else if we wanted to. Connected forests. Each forest into a plain and gain wood. I don't know, let's just go in. It's so overwhelming to begin with. Enemy buildings. Enemy buildings recruit units too, so place them in a way that minimizes their effect. At the end of the round, you'll solve the battle by devising an attack plan. At the end of the round, you'll solve the battle. This is a lot of stuff. So am I positioning this? I am, okay. So each adjacent forest into a plain and recruits 3 for each. So I basically want to not put forests around this. Well, there's a lot of forests coming up, which is not great. Maybe if I like put you like this. You've been doing a pass on the old good puzzle games recently. Done with fairs and now playing tuning. I like how these are old now, but I mean, I guess they are. Check out the Thinky Essentials category on the Thinky Games database. Like, if you go to thinkygames.com/games, Thinky Essentials is one of the categories there. You can expand it and see which things there. They're all the ones that we were like, if somebody's just trying to like catch up on some of the biggest games and the best games of Thinky games, then these are the ones to play. There are probably a few other games that I would add that aren't in there, but I can't remember what's in there, what's not. For example, is Tokitori 2 in there? I would add Tokitori 2, and I would add Headlong Hunt, and I would add a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so forest not near you. Okay, so we're going to stick this over here. I'm going to stick this over here as well. So these can be near me. And I'll be able to benefit, right? Can I, like, preview what this is going to be? Yes. I guess I also need planes. But I basically can I not just make you... Oh, hold on. I can't... Okay, I think this rule is ambiguous. I'm going to put this here. I think this rule is ambiguous because it might mean that it only gets 3 swordsmen for each forest that turns into a plane, or it might mean it gets 3 for each plane, regardless of whether it was converted from a forest or not. Yes, that is ambiguous. That's kind of concerning. I mean, I guess I'll just stick planes around it and see what happens. It might end up giving it like 1 million swordsmen. We'll see what happens. But I feel like I've only got forest and planes anyway, so that's going to happen. I guess I could like stack stuff on top and leave empty spaces? I don't know. This is weird. So this one's planes as well. I've got no idea what makes sense here. You can go on top. Like, shall I take the planes now? Like, what if I just leave everything empty around you? Recruits in range. Sure. So these are planes, right? This is planes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Shall I put things down awkwardly and just leave random gaps around you? I don't know. What makes sense here? Turn each plane in range into a field. So you've already gained the stuff from that, so I guess I could turn them into fields. I guess I do also want to get resources, so I do want to try and complete lines if I can, but... So you don't lose anything from that. In fact, you gain something from that. Cool. So it actually seems like it did update then, because you gained 2 extra archers, rather than, it's not like you then did 3 extra. So I think maybe if I had removed them into a type that you wouldn't gain archers from, it would have gone down, maybe. Let's stick this down here. So there's another enemy thing coming up in a second. Let's stick this here. Sure. So you did get some people. Still definitely quite confused about like what makes sense here, but each connected forest piece now, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Just put stuff down and we'll see what happens. We should probably try and not put too much stuff around you, but I would also like to. So this is my thing, turn each forest into a plane. Oh, that's actually good. But taking stuff away from you? No, you still got it. Okay, so maybe you only ever gain after changing a tile. Let's reserve that and stick this down here. Let's just fill it in as though it's Tetris and see what happens. Line explored. What happens when I explore like a enemy base? So you don't gain from planes, so this is fine. Cool. Yeah, I think at this point we just... Oh, this is a bit annoying. Yeah, whatever. Can you do the Tetris thing where you like spin the pieces underneath the other ones? Now that all troops are in place, it's time to fight. Select groups in the order you want and confirm the sequence once everyone is in it. Okay, so it's a separate phase where we do the battle. When 2 groups of the same side combine, they add their forces. The new group's type is the type of the larger group. If both are the same size, the type is that of the destinations group. The type is that. Okay, so it's the large group or the destination. Okay. Attack rules. When 2 groups of opposite camps fight, they subtract their forces. Pay close attention to the strengths and weaknesses of the diagram. Each type is better against a certain other type. In a favourable fight, the advantage group has 50% strength, allowing to defeat a higher number of troops. Okay, so you basically add 50% to your number. So what do I have? I mean, they've currently got a higher number than me, which doesn't sound amazing. So am I gonna die? How does this work? The two opposites groups meet, they subtract their numbers. Okay, let's just explain the same thing again. Add? I can add theirs? Add every player and enemy group in the combat sequence in any order you want. When all the groups are in the sequence and you're ready, use the button to start the battle. What does it mean to say, like... Oh, I see, so you direct them to places. Wait, what? What if I said that? Right. Do you ever gain any of their soldiers or anything? I don't think so. I mean, I'm just going to lose then. Well, no, I'll defeat you. But I'll end up being only 8 afterwards. And then I'll lose against you, won't I? Oh, but okay, we need to look at the thing at the top here. But I don't think I have any advantage, do I? Arrows against axes have the advantage. So swords has the advantage against me. So I guess we'll go to you first. I think I've lost. Yeah, now we're 8. Yeah, then we lose. If you put enemy swords first into enemy archers, they would all transform into archers. So I can command where the enemies go? That sounds weird, but sure, okay. I guess it's unintuitive that I would be able to say where the enemies go. Okay, I see. That's why we use defense points for each enemy left on the grid. If you're the one with the units left, you receive bonus gold instead. That feels like a place where the metaphor doesn't line up with how the gameplay works. Okay. Does that end the run? No? Oh, just down. Oh, I see. You just lose health based on that. Okay. I'm happy with the backseating. This is a confusing game. Wooden Fortress. Fortified Farm. Training Camp. I don't know if I have strong feelings right now. Send 12. Send 12, I guess, soldiers to each allied military building aligned with it. Whoa. Holy moly, this is definitely the kind of game where I can't really get a good sense of how it's going to work with just a half an hour playthrough. Advanced combat. Now that you've learned the combat, here's your final test. On the screen there are more enemies, so try to recruit as many units as possible. That'll make your life easier during the combat planning phase. So loads of enemy buildings. 5, 5, 5, 5. I'd have to spend grains, which I do now have, so I could do it. Do I want another building? What did I just pick up? I didn't even look into it. Okay, another soldier thing. Garrison 5, range 1. So each plane in range into a field. Sure. And I think it's a 50-50 plain and forest, yeah. Although not in terms of the numbers of tiles, but maybe... Sorry, not in terms of the number of pieces, but potentially in terms of the number of tiles. Because I'm pretty sure it's a 50-50 on the previous screen. Okay. What's the one here? Is it like one new one, maybe? Maybe. Okay. Use the reserve to temporarily set aside a piece and bring it back later. Be careful though, at the end of the round, the piece left in reserve will be discarded. If you're not sure of your army's strength, it's probably best to leave an enemy in reserve. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. Okay, put the enemy in reserve. Which is the strongest enemy piece? Maybe we should put this one in reserve. Okay, sure. So you go this way. So each plane enrage into a field. So you don't gain any extra ones though. So you just are 10, I guess. And your axes. I have not been thinking at all about the strengths. We'll put you there, sure. Okay, then we've got you. Would I rather have you or you? Recruit 8 for each adjacent military building. Okay. Of any type? I guess so. I guess I can just avoid putting military buildings around you. Sure, go ahead. Although we're getting a bunch of them now. I mean, this won't be adjacent still. So each adjacent forest into a plain. So will that do a cascading thing? I'm actually kind of curious about that. Oh, but it's also adjacent, so that doesn't even... Okay, I don't even find out. Alright. Each forest into a plain and gain wood. I'm just putting them between the two enemy encampments, sure. I'm sure people who have played this a lot will be looking at this going, this is the worst play I've ever seen. Range 1, turn each plane in range into a field. Well, I don't have a huge amount of choice around that right now. Although, I will have some more in a second, so... we could do that, then that. Then... Oof, don't love it, but... Sure, okay. Recruit one for each plane. So then maybe we do... It's weird having this, like, separate thing of, like, I want to complete lines, but I also just want to make sure... Like, I have to temper my Tetris inclinations of, like, wanting to complete lines, because, like, usually, I guess it's not always necessarily much better. I probably should have put this somewhere else. Ah, I didn't even mean to do that, no! Okay, I guess you can go up here, that's fine. We've got a different one in there. Oh, I think we just made that really strong. You go here. Okay. Strategic pavilion. Okay, you can go in the reserve. What do you gain from? Tell me again. So this is fine up there, okay. Keep this down here. I guess you're only collecting resources for later battles though, so is it not even relevant to think about resources when you're in the boss battle? There's so many unknowns at the beginning of the game like this. I'll just keep completing them. But I presume you would go past the boss battle and keep going after that, right? So... one bonus for each, okay. Okay. So let's take that, what we were just told about combining units of different types. Add every player... Okay. So we're not super strong, but we have arrows and we have axes. So right now, we are strong against axes and swords. Okay. So we want to get rid of the arrows, basically. Like, could we not win by... Can you do, like, two separate, like, sequences? No, it's one sequence. This is the weirdest mechanic. So, combine you with you to get rid of the arrows, or you with you to get... So then it would be 13 swords, but swords are only weak against those, but we could combine... no. Yeah, our arrows would win. So combine the arrows into the axes to become axes and then use the arrows against them? So what do I do? Do I click like this? That makes it feel like I'm at a disadvantage there. But I guess I'm thinking about it like it's a real battle, but I guess it's not. It's just maths. And then what does that leave? That leaves... Okay. Well, so we'd be 36 basically against 26. We'd have 10 left, which would then actually make this equal. So if we were to move into the axes... Oh, interesting. We'd become axes because it's the destination one. If I've done the maths right. And then we'd be 20 against these. Let's see what happens. I don't know. 26. So do we become... Oh, it still works out. Yay! Why was it not 10? Shouldn't we have ended up 36 and they were at 26? Wait, what were we at? We were 12, 24. We were 24, so we're adding on 12, right? Whatever. Okay. guess we beat the boss. Yay! Okay, that's the end of the tutorial. Okay, we'll leave that there. I was thinking like maybe I'd play a tutorial then an actual run, but I think in the interest of seeing some of the games, we'll leave that there. So yeah, it's Drop Duchy. Yeah, it has the thing of like strategy games where like even doing the tutorial, like I have no idea what any of this is gonna do or how good it's gonna be. You basically have to play for a bunch of hours before you even get used to the basics of the strategy. But if you were interested in the game, you could go check it out and yeah, figure out some of that strategy and see if you enjoy it. Cool. Yeah, it's very interesting having that like trade-off between the Tetris-y part and the resource. The resource and the battles part seem, well, no, okay, resources that you obviously get from completing lines. I guess that you are just thinking about two things. It's the resources that you collect from completing lines, and then the battles and how things are arranged in that sense. And the trade-off between those two, I guess, is where the interesting stuff comes from, and possibly the cards you get along the way. Anyway, that was Drop Duchy.